and welcome.
Sort of the story.
I'm Janey.
And I'm Max.
And I'm Worm Kennedy. Here to ask you for your vote. Vote for me, a worm in a man's brain. Guys, a worm is running for president. This isn't a joke. Anyway, hi guys, welcome to Sort of the Story. This is the podcast where we tell each other stories like fairy tales and folk tales and mythology.
Also, we're starting a secondary pursuit where we campaign for Worm Kennedy for president 2024.
All I'm saying is Worm Kennedy can't be any worse than any other Kennedy. And that's the slogan. Guys, hello.
Hi.
Remember the off topic where most of it was about how the Kennedys wanted to kill Castro so bad they sent him prank cigars?
Yes.
And they trained a bunch of prisoners how to do karate and then released them onto the beaches of Cuba. Oh, we are delirious with how fucked up our country is. Guys, this podcast isn't for children unless they like worms and curse words.
I can't think of a single child who doesn't like worms and curse words.
Me neither. If this is your first episode, I'm so sorry about that. It's actually a cool, nice place to be.
We got too silly in the test, and now we're...
Yeah, if you want to hear us talk more about Worm Kennedy, go to the test at the end of this. We sure are going to talk about Worm Kennedy some more.
Worm Kennedy. Well, Janey, what's new? How's it hanging?
Today, I finished reading the first of the Crescent City books.
Wow.
Which is another Sarah J. Maas
Book.
property.
Series?
Yeah, book series. I think it's my favorite of all the SJM properties so far. I really enjoyed it. It was ridiculous, and I had a good time. And I finished another book, and that made me feel productive. How have you been, Max?
I finished 0 books. I took a big nap.
Oh.
Feeling pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on this sleep schedule recently where, not on purpose, to be clear, I'm not advocating this.
She's sleep training herself like a baby.
Like a baby.
But like a really bad baby.
Like a really long time ago, I read this thing, which I don't know if it's true, but I've held it to be true since I learned about it, that human beings' most natural sleep pattern prior to the invention of electric lights and everything like that is that they sleep for 4 hours and then they're awake for an hour or two, during which time people would usually read, or they would sew or something like that by candlelight, or sometimes they would just think or meditate or whatever. I don't know.
Not waking up to think by candlelight. You can't make me.
But they would be awake and have some time in the middle of the night and then sleep for another 4 hours. And I've been accidentally doing that for the past week. Where I've been so tired and I've come home from work and then I've passed out and then I've woken up at 1 a.m.
The problem is, back then, it was very customary for everybody to go to sleep at 6 o'clock at night. So they were actually just waking up at 10, thinking by candlelight, and then going back to sleep at 11 and sleeping till 3, and then waking up what a beautiful morning. It's time to get to the fields.
Yeah.
To serve my liege.
Whereas I've been going to sleep at 7 p.m., waking up at 11:30 p.m., and then being awake until 3 a.m., eating burritos and watching New Girl and hyperfixating on tasks, and then going to bed and then sleeping after my alarm.
Guys, what's your sleep schedule? Tell us how
Is it better? I hope so.
Tell us how you've sleep trained yourself. My school year's almost over.
Yes.
By the time you guys listen to this, I will officially not be teaching anymore for the rest of the year, which is real exciting for me. This year pushed me into therapy. And that's the most positive way I can say that. This year pushed me into therapy. This year made me get an OCD test. Turns out super OCD.
Sure.
Super not doing well with the year, but that's okay because she's in therapy now. And I'm ready for it to be fucking over.
Yes. I'm also ready for your school year to be over so I can make you watch movies.
Guys, I don't watch a whole lot of movies. I don't usually sit down and watch a whole lot of movies. The same way I don't really sit down and do anything for long periods of time. I'm a short burst kind of gal. Fellows. But every single time we sit down for a short burst show, Max has been like, oh, and here's something else you're going to watch this summer, and here's something else you're going to watch this summer. And then at this point, we have like 50 movies on a list. And she's like, don't worry, because you're going to have the whole summer. And the way that I am like panicking on the inside, I'm not okay.
I have to tell you, it may be your perception that we have 50 on the list. We have 4 shows and 5 movies.
4 shows.
4 short shows.
No.
I'm not going to make you watch Supernatural from beginning to end or anything. They're like 1 or 2 seasons. You'll be fine. Grow up.
You get to pick one thing.
No.
You get to pick one. Anyway.
Big baby.
Guys, welcome to the podcast.
I'm going to make Janey watch Shape of Water.
Hey, Shape of Water almost happens in this book I just read.
Really?
Okay, well, it's not necessarily Shape of Water because the thing in the tank tries to eat her and is, in fact, a monster and is
like
very scary.
Like sexually or like...
No.
Oh.
No, it's just very scary, but she falls in a big tank, and I assume that happens in Shape of Water.
No, that actually... I don't think it does.
Can I tell you how I would
Maybe
write
you should watch
Shape of Water?
And then tell me.
Okay, so a little scientist lady. This is what I think happens, okay? Based off of... I haven't watched the commercial, but I feel like I've absorbed enough of it.
You're wrong.
A fish man.
Sure.
Who has a penis. A big one. He's floating around in a tank because he's just been caught. And there's a scientist lady, and she has to experiment on him. And she falls in love. That's the premise of the movie.
No.
And
incorrect.
She's like, how do I get in there? And then she spends
And then she finds out about swimming.
She has to spend her free time when she's not doing experiments trying to figure out how to swim. So she can get in there.
Nope. Wrong on all counts.
Well, I'm going to be deeply disappointed.
He's not even a fish man.
He's not?
No.
What is he?
A different thing.
He's not a fish?
He's not a fish.
But he, like... he, like, is in water.
Yeah, he's aquatic. He's not a fish.
Oh, my God. She's not studying the fish man. She's studying what the actual shape of water is. She hasn't figured out about solid, liquid, and gas yet.
No.
She's Einstein, the inventor of solid, liquid, and gas. This movie is going to be so sexy.
That time that Einstein fucked a fish.
And discovered that liquid is different than solid. Of course, that happened when he was but a lad. Okay, well, it's 10 o'clock at night. Should we go to bed now?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we'll wake up in an hour and say hi. Max.
Janey.
Do you want to tell me a story?
I would like you to tell me a story.
Okay, what if I tell you a story first real quick, and then you tell me a story right after that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Before we do that, do you want to tell us about the Patreon? Because I forgot about it.
We have a Patreon.
Surprise, motherfuckers, this is an ad.
Isn't this the content that you were seeking?
Do you want direct access to our thoughts about what the shape of water means? You can get it. Any fucking time you want.
The link to our Patreon is in the show notes for this episode and every episode. You can also find it on our website, sortofthestory.com. For $3 a month, you get access to the Discord where you get to hang out with us and talk to us and ask us questions. We ask you questions and everybody hangs out. And I send 30 memes a day. Minimum.
God, Max, you send so many memes.
I do.
That meme channel
You're welcome.
Poppin'. They're all really good. They're good memes.
Yeah, they're good memes.
Like a connoisseur.
For $7 a month, you can get all that access to the meme stash.
You guys want some memes?
And also, you get a full-length bonus episode every month. So, beginning of every month, whole episode just for you and the other people on the Patreon. And it's good. And you'll like it. Try it.
That's our guarantee. You're gonna like it. Cool. You're also gonna get access to fun news early because we tell them everything. We have no boundaries with the Discord. Cool, Max. Great job.
Thanks.
Oh my God. Max, first of all, lower your voice when you're talking to me. I'm very fragile.
You're real jumpy today.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story now.
Okay.
We're gonna go on a very quick pause, like 1 minute. No. For you, it'll only be a second. And then we'll come back and I'll start my story. Goodbye for now. Okay, Max.
Okay, Janey.
Max, okay. Today I have a story that is a variant on a story that you have told.
Uh-huh.
You may remember. Actually, I'm going to let you
Okay.
remember.
A little quiz, a little pop
I'm not
quiz
going to do the
for
remembering
Max.
for you. I personally think this is one of the most fun fairy tale tropes. And that's it. That's just my thoughts on it. This is from Andrew Lang's Pink Fairy book, and we'll go into it a little further at the end, but not too much. This is a fun podcast for fun guys. Here's the first line. There was once a king and a queen who lived in a beautiful castle and had a large and fair and rich and happy land to rule over. That sound nice?
I was really hoping you were going to say a large and fair and rich and happy daughter. She's so big.
She's so big and she's so fair and she's so rich. She's so happy. I'm most of those things.
You're few of those things.
And I am diagnosably not happy for sure. Did I tell them that? Guys, sorry. Did you like that first line? Shut up. I'm telling you something new now. Okay, so they, on your assessments that you do, they have a scale.
At the brain doctor.
At the brain doctor, when you do the brain tests, they have a scale for depression, anxiety, and hopelessness, right? Mm-hmm. And they were like, okay, so on this scale, if you have like an 8 or above, it is considered like significant enough that you know, it like pings, right? That's when it gets high. Mm-hmm. And the doctor was going over it with me and he was like, so on the anxiety scale, you only have a 9, which it pinged, but I thought that you would have a way higher one from how you present yourself.
From the, you know, smog cloud of anxiety that you carry with you.
Maybe from the everything about you. But he was like, because on all of them, they were like, you cough a lot. And apparently that's a thing, guys. Apparently that's part of an OCD diagnosis, which is not great for me with a chronic cough. And they were like, you cough a lot, you wring your hands a lot, you touch your hair a lot, you laugh a lot, you talk a whole lot.
That's just the whole podcast.
That's just the whole podcast. And he was like, but yeah, no, you only registered a 9, so pretty good. And I started feeling so smug. I was like, looks like old Janey ain't so bad after all. And then he scrolled down one little thing and revealed the next line. And he's like, okay, so your depression is at 24. And I was like,
beans.
Nuts. Well, and he's like, so we should probably talk about this. And I was like, I don't know, man. It's a surprise to me as well. Remember how low my anxiety was, though? And he's like, you're doing a lot of fidgeting right now. And I was like, I'm uncomfortable. But I registered not at all on the hopelessness scale, so.
Well,
yeah.
Hopeful but depressed.
I'm hopeful for a long and sad future. Okay, anyway. Large, happy daughter. There was once a king and queen who lived in a beautiful castle and had a large and fair and rich and happy land to rule over. From the very first, they loved each other greatly and lived very happily together. But they had no heir.
They choking? They suffocating?
Tell me, how am I supposed to live with no heir to my kingdom?
That's the premise of Spaceballs.
Leona Lewis really is so deep.
So true.
That's Jordan Sparks.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jordan Sparks really is so deep.
So true.
I'm supposed to live with no heir. Say, oh, you got me. You're looking at me like you don't know this song.
Mm-mm. I definitely don't know this song.
It's hard for me to breathe. Tell me, how am I supposed to live with no air?
Nope. I don't think I've ever heard this song.
Well, the way I'm singing it, no one's ever heard this version. This is the deep cut.
I really appreciate that you were doing the hand to an earpiece pop singer thing the whole time. That was really good.
Oh yeah, I'm a professional.
Yeah.
So this king and queen, guys, I'm sorry, this is kind of a late night episode. This king and queen were married for 7 years, and even though they were trying their very best, meaning they were fucking all the time, no condoms, they simply could not have a child. was as simple as that. And the king was pissed because this was all his wife's fault. He'd berate and bully her constantly. I want you to remember that at the beginning of this story, the author felt need to say, like, no, they loved each other a lot for the first 7 years. But apparently also that entire time he was berating her for not giving him a child. Every day. So it makes me think maybe
he's bad?
Maybe he might be bad. The king was pissed.
She doesn't want his child. Maybe he sucks.
He fucking sucks. So he's bullying her every day. He's berating her constantly. He's humiliating her in front of people. He's blaming her for the fact that they don't have any children. And finally, one day, he gives her an ultimatum. Remember, though, they love each other very much.
Sure.
He would be gone for a whole year doing king business.
On that king shit.
I really capitalized that. Like it was
king business. He's got a crown and a briefcase.
His crown is in his briefcase because he's going on a plane. If she didn't, this is the ultimatum. If she didn't have a baby for him by the time he returned, he would leave her. But the good news is, quote, if you have a child when I come back again, all will be well, and I shall love you beyond all measure, and never more say an angry word to you.
How is she supposed to get pregnant while he's gone?
Give me a fucking child. I don't care how you do it.
I'm leaving until you are pregnant with my child.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, he really is not thinking this one all the way through.
No.
But also, I love that in this story, they're straight up like, hey, if you give me a child, I'll love you and I'll probably never abuse you again. Doesn't that... That's love.
Incentive.
I wish he didn't make me do this to you, says this king.
Ugh.
I know, he's fucking sucks.
He is fucking sucks.
He is fucking sucks. While he was away, of course, the queen was absolutely panicking just every day. She was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get kicked out of the castle and have nothing. So every day she's just like doing the Janey thing of wringing her hands and laughing a lot and coughing all the time. Being adorable.
Being America's sweetheart.
America's sweetheart. Depressed, but barely anxious Janey. So one day her maid was like, hey, I know this wise woman who might be able to help you. Which, why didn't she come up with this before? Mm-hmm. So the wise woman was called, and she told the queen that there was indeed a solution to this problem.
Kill your husband.
Ow.
Ow!
Interesting. Let's put a pin in that. That's a good idea. Out in the king's garden. Under the...
You know in the song She-Wolf by Shakira?
Yes.
How she says there's a she-wolf in the closet, and then she goes, "Ow!"
Ow!
That's what you just did.
I like that your she-wolf is just a little guy.
Ow! It is she does a little guy.
She's a little guy.
Yeah, she doesn't do like a big powerful howl. She goes, "Ow!"
My she-wolf in the closet. Oh,
and a woo to you too.
Oh.
Woo! A bunch of fancy wolves talking to each other.
What are we saying? Out in the king's garden under the great oak was a little bush that was more brown than green. It had hairy leaves and long spikes. I forgot to look up what kind of plant this was, but does this sound like anything that you've ever heard of?
No.
Hairy plant, long spikes, brown. It might just
dead.
Be it's just a punk buried up to the neck.
Could it be like an evergreen tree of some kind? Some kind of coniferous
carnivore?
No.
The coniferous carnivore. That's my bar. On the bush, it was a bush, so no. On the bush, there were 3 buds. The queen...
And they were just hanging out.
The story really shouldn't be that long, so good news. If we just make it through, we will get through it. The queen was to fast all day, and just before sunrise, she was to go outside and eat the middle bud. It's always the middle bud. After 6 months, she would bring a princess into the world, so she'd only have a 6-month gestation period. Which makes me think she may be already pregnant. The catch was, no one was allowed to see this princess. As soon as she was born, the wise woman would provide a nurse for her, and the nurse and the baby must live in a secluded part of the castle for 14 years. And if anyone, other than the nurse that was appointed by the wise woman, saw the princess before she was 14, great sorrow and misfortune would follow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want this baby? And the queen was like, I mean, fuck yeah, I want this baby. The queen followed these instructions exactly. At first, the bud was very sweet. But it left...
And then salty?
That's one salty bud. At first, it was very sweet, but it left a terribly bitter aftertaste. Then, in 6 months, the queen gave birth to a baby, who was immediately given to the nurse that the wise woman provided, and rushed to a secluded part of the castle and, locked away in a room. The king came home really soon after that and heard that he had had a daughter, and he was delighted, and he's like, great, we have an heir. However, when he asked to see the child, the queen was like, oh, no, you can't see her for 14 years. That sounds crazy, but hear me out. And then she told him the whole story, including the part where terrible misfortune would befall them if he broke the rules. And even though this was all very hard to believe, the queen knew right away that her baby was not like the other babies. From the moment she was born, she could talk.
Ugh.
Mother, I would like a cigarette.
Does she have teeth and fingernails already? That's pretty gross. I hate that.
Mother, a cigarette for the baby.
She's gonna chomp that cigarette, dude.
Okay, it's not that I don't like my baby, but she came out eating cigarettes. And also, this is less important, but she calls me mother. I think that's creepy.
She's a day old.
All right, so no mommy? Seems rude.
I hate this fucking baby.
I hate my magic baby. I wish I hadn't eaten that bud. Ooh. I am still on the first page. Guys, seriously, why do you listen to this podcast? Why do you do it?
Sorry, it's just picturing a baby eating a cigarette.
Baby eating cigarettes is my new favorite character. Can't wait for baby eating cigarettes to show up on the Discord.
There's this shirt that I want really bad, and it's an old stop smoking ad from the 90s, and it's a bunch of squares of different animals that all are smoking cigarettes. And it says, it looks just as cool when you do it. And it's supposed to be not cool. And I'm like, that duck has a cigarette. That's cool as hell.
That duck is cool as fuck. That's why that rhymes.
That's the coolest horse I've ever seen.
Oh my God. There is a really good church sign that's
for real on God.
For real on God, frog. There's a really good church sign that says, if you don't teach your child about the eternal love of Jesus Christ, then the devil's going to teach them about free will and sex and
rock and roll.
Rock and roll. And somebody was like, oh, the devil sounds cool as fuck. Thanks, the devil. It just made me laugh really hard. The devil's going to teach you how to be your own person.
Ugh. Awful. Anything to prevent that.
Anything. So, from the moment she was born, she could talk. And she was as wise as an old woman. I've seen the war.
They threw my printing press into the river.
But go tell your little jokes. So the queen was like, listen, our daughter is very special. I do believe the wise woman. I believe that this girl is destined for great things, but we just have to listen to her. The queen also only heard these stories from the nurse because she wasn't allowed to have any contact with her daughter, but she did go and visit the nurse all the time and to get stories about her kid, which feels sad to me.
Yeah.
The king, of course, often lost his patience and would fly off the handle because he's not actually a good partner who's capable of change. Mm-hmm. But the queen always managed to convince him to wait. She's like, listen, I know, but let's just wait it out and see what they say. And all was well, kind of, until the eve of their daughter's 14th birthday. The king and queen were out in the garden when he suddenly stood up and was like, I want to see my kid now.
You idiot.
Yeah. The queen begged him to wait.
You can wait 13 years and 364 days.
That's what she said.
But one night is...
Yeah. No, he was like, I want to see her now. And she's like, you've waited for basically 14 years. It's just a couple hours until morning. Just wait until morning. And the king was like, okay, well, we've waited 14 years. So what are those couple hours actually going to mean? Plus, he pointed out that he was just as much her father as the queen was her mother, and he wanted to see her this instant.
But also, her mother hasn't seen her.
Nope.
That's not an argument.
That's not an argument. Yeah.
I would knock him out.
So, quote, he burst the door open and pushed aside the nurse who tried to stop him, and there was his daughter. She was the loveliest young princess, red and white like milk and blood. You know how you want your kid to be.
Beautiful.
Oh my God. I
like
love my
bloody milk.
milky, bloody daughter. With clear blue eyes and golden hair, but right in the middle of her forehead, there was a little tuft of brown hair. You know what I'm just realizing?
What?
That doesn't come up again. Is that a thing? You know, I wrote this down because I thought, for sure, that's going to be important later. But just remember, growing out of the middle of her head is just a tuft of hair.
Is it like a tank girl scenario? Where it's like...
Maybe it's like a unicorn.
Yeah, like a tank girl.
Is that what happens in Tank Girl? Is that what it's about?
If you look at a picture of Tank Girl, her head is shaved except for one long, like, hank of hair in the front.
Huh. I don't know. It says she has long blonde hair.
How many?
I think that she just has a circle in the middle of her forehead, like a hairy mole in the middle of her head. The little girl ran up and threw her arms around his neck, and then asked why he had done it. Why hadn't he waited like the wise woman had said to Dad?
She's got extra teeth now. She's like a shark.
She's just been growing teeth and one patch of hair. She's horrified. So she's like, why'd you do it? Why didn't you listen? We only had a few hours. And she's like, now I have to die. And he's like, what?
Yeah, idiot.
She said, quote, tomorrow I must die, and you must choose one of three things. Either the land must be smitten with the black pestilence, or you must have a long and bloody war, or you must, as soon as I am dead, lay me in a plain wooden chest and set it in the church, and for a whole year place a sentinel beside it every night. Choose one of those three things.
I feel like the third thing.
What? Over the pestilence? Maxie crazy. He chose pestilence.
What?
I'm just kidding. He told her that she was being ridiculous and hysterical, of course. But to appease her, he was like, I guess I choose the third thing.
Sure.
Then, because he was convinced she was just feeling a little ill and being dramatic.
Being a crazy woman.
Yes. He called all of the doctors in to have a look. But the next day, she was cold and stiff. The doctors all certified that she was, in fact, quite dead. And they all signed off on the death certificate and stamped their seals. And then they had done all they could.
So nothing.
Nothing. They did stamp a couple seals, which I'm pretty into. They stomped those seals to death. And the king kept his promise. He laid her body in a plain wooden chest and set it in the church, and he placed a sentinel beside it. But something weird happened that first night the sentinel was placed. The next morning, when he was to be relieved of his duty, he was nowhere to be found. At first, it was assumed he had run away, but the next night, the replacement sentinel went missing as well. Mm. It didn't take them long to realize that any sentinel who stayed the night with the princess's casket would be missing by the morning. Some assumed that they had simply gotten scared and run away, but the stories started to seem more and more far-fetched every night as more and more and more men started going missing.
Why not
set up a ring camera?
Or why not post 2 sentinels?
Well, that wasn't the deal he made.
She said there had to be 1. She didn't say there couldn't be 2.
That's true. Max found the loophole.
Just put 2 guys in there.
Just get 2 guys. The rumor became that the princess's ghost would rise from her casket at night and eat up the sentinels. This made everyone so nervous that eventually they couldn't get anyone to take the job. Soldiers were deserting their post left and right before they could be called in to guard the princess's casket, and chaos was reigning, and everyone was like, well, we made this promise, we have to obey it. Eventually, the king had to offer a reward for anyone who would volunteer to stand guard. And a few men did volunteer, enticed by the money, but they never got to collect it, as they were always gone by the morning.
Sure.
And so it went, night after night, until a young smith came to town looking for work. His name was Christian. He went into an inn to get some food, and it just so happened that some under-officers were in that inn trying to recruit someone for the job of standing watch / disappearing.
Sure.
Like, anybody want to disappear to take a job tonight? Make some money? Go missing? What was that? Make money? They had some luck here before, but of course everyone by now knew what happened to the Sentinels, and today they hadn't gotten anyone else to agree to it, so they were kind of panicking. They're like, oh no, what if we have to do it?
I would like to guess which story this is.
Sure.
Except that I can't remember the name of the story that it was. But it was the one where there was the princess in the tomb and the guy had to go in and then she fell over and he had to get her.
Yeah.
That one?
The Jean de Bordeaux.
Yes, Jean de Bordeaux.
Yeah, this is the princess in the chest.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Which is also actually a plot in The Witcher.
The Witcher takes a lot from folktales.
Yes, it does.
It's
very
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's in the first season or something that it's actually in the TV show where there's like this monster haunting a castle, and then it turns out to be the princess her dad was not the person, it was like her mom's brother or something who like assaulted her mom, and then she came out evil. I can't remember what they're called, but they're like a sort of like a vampire creature that lives in the place. Anyways, It's in The Witcher. There's a whole storyline where he has to survive a night in the castle, and in order to do it,
I remember this.
He ends up closing himself in her coffin because she can't get in.
Yeah. So this is really good.
Yeah.
This podcast is a great study guide for The Witcher.
Yeah.
And you need a study guide for The Witcher because they do not at all lead you into it. This is my problem with The Witcher, is I started to watch it, like, everybody likes it, it's fine, and because I wasn't super into fucking Henry Cavill, because I remember all the shit he said about the Me Too movement, and that left a bad taste in my mouth, so I actually don't care about the shape of his ass. So I was like, well, the show must be good, and they were like, anyway, as you all know The Witcher's backstory, we don't have to go into it, and then they just continued the plot, and I was like, am I supposed to know The Witcher's backstory?
No.
And it turns out, no. No, I'm not. Anyway, listen to this podcast if you want some way to understand what the fuck is happening in The Witcher. Also, go look up Henry Cavill talking about how he's scared that he can't even ask a woman out anymore because what if he's accused of sexually assaulting her? If Henry Cavill has one hater, it's me.
If he has two haters, it's Janey and me.
And if he has no haters,
we're dead.
We're fucking dead. Or we forgot.
I don't hate him that much, I guess. I'm like, I deeply distrust him, but all of the things that I've heard about him are like...
Here's the thing about Henry Cavill and all men, and not all men like him, but I mean all men that are as popular in the ways that he is popular, which is mostly among women because he has a very specific PR team to make him very popular amongst women. And he takes roles that make him very popular amongst women. It's all a very carefully curated image. And the thing about men like this is that people forget that this is a human man. Mm-hmm. And human men are bad.
Hey.
No, but like, they have the potential to be deeply flawed and to have some really bad takes. But a lot of people in general will defend them as if being attractive is the same thing as having a moral compass, and it's not.
Nope.
We found that out when it turns out Armie Hammer likes to eat people. And RFK is running with a worm.
If there is one person on this planet that remembers that Armie Hammer was accused of cannibalism, it's me.
And if there are two people, it's me and Max. And
I am constantly a little bit thinking about how Armie Hammer wanted to eat someone's Armie Hammer.
And if there are no people who remember that, Max and I were eaten R.I.P. Anyway, where was I? You know, I made it to page 3. Are you proud of me? Okay, so they are at the inn. Just to recap, because we're 41 minutes in.
Sure.
To recap. These under-officers are at an inn. They're looking for somebody to take the job of sentinel. They haven't found anybody yet. They're panicking. Then they see Christian, who is new to town, and they go up. And they immediately sit down, and they order him a drink. And they drank and laughed and ate and drank, and they drank some more, and then they drank some more, and they bought him some more drinks. And after drinking some more, Christian started to feel a little drunk.
stickers.
And a little chatty. He told the officers that he wasn't afraid of anything. Not me. Bravest man on the planet. Me. And then he also said, like, I'm also looking for money. And they were like, this is exactly what we're looking for in a sentinel. And they said the king would pay him $100 to stand.
Oh my God.
I laughed when they used dollars.
Yeah, that's really funny. Where is this story from?
Michigan. The king would pay him 100 George Washingtons.
He'd give him a Benjamin.
Or 2 Jacksons. Is it Jackson on the $50 bill?
I don't know.
The king would pay him $100 to stand watch over the princess's casket for 1 night. What a steal. So after drinking another bottle of wine, Christian walked with them to the colonel, where he was dressed up in a uniform and given a musket, and then he was, like, stumbled over to, like, the church where he stood next to the casket. When he arrived, it was 8 o'clock, and he was feeling pretty good about his decision. He's like, this is great. And then it was 9 o'clock, and he was like, how am I gonna spend all those Washingtons?
Really quickly, assuming it's probably like 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., right?
Mm-hmm.
12 hours. He's getting paid barely above minimum wage for this. He's getting paid like $9 an hour to risk his life.
I got paid $9 an hour to be a hostess at P.F. Chang, and it felt the exact same way. Around 10 o'clock, he started to sober up a little bit, and the stories of this haunted post started to creep back into his brain. He's like, wait a minute.
Like some kind of worm.
Like some sort of brain-eating worm. And then by 11, he realized he had to get the hell out of there. He searched around for an escape, and eventually he found a door in the steeple that was not locked, and he decided to make a run for it. As soon as he put his foot outside the door, though, he found himself face-to-face with a little guy. And the little guy said, "Good evening, Christian. Where are you going?" And Christian was like,
Out.
Oh, yeah. Nowhere. Christian felt himself rooted to the spot, and he responded, "Nowhere."
Sure.
That's something he said. And the man said, "Oh, yes, you were just about to run away, but you have taken upon you to stand sentinel in the church tonight, and there you must stay." And Christian begged the man to let him go, but the man refused, and he gave Christian some advice. If he stood at the pulpit all night, no matter what he heard or saw, he would be safe. But he mustn't move from the pulpit until he heard the lid of the casket slam down again. So the little man pushed him back through the door, and Christian sprinted up to stand at the pulpit. All was eerily quiet until the clock struck 12. Then, the casket opened, and something that looked like the princess crawled out of it.
Ooh.
Ring style.
Yeah.
It screeched, "Sentry, where are you? Sentry, where are you? If you don't come, you shall get the most cruel death anyone had ever got." It scurried around the church. Searching menacingly for him, and finally it caught sight of him at the pulpit. I'm imagining this as Samara from The Ring.
Yeah.
And also I'm imagining it moving slowly and then suddenly moving really quick.
Yeah. I'm picturing kind of Gollum, maybe.
Yeah. Just like creeping around and then like being really still and then whipping its face to look at him at the pulpit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hearing like creaking of old bones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she probably stinky.
And she smells. But she is large and fair and happy. So.
And very wealthy.
Yeah, she's a rich queen. Just as it saw him, it started rushing towards him, but the clock struck 1, and the creature slipped back into its casket and closed the lid. And Christian, unsure of what to do with all he had just seen and learned, laid down and went to sleep, which I think is relatable.
Sometimes when you get really confused, you just go to sleep.
Yeah. He didn't wake up again until he heard a key in the lock. He hurriedly stood next to the casket, musket in hand, just as the door opened. When they realized someone had survived the night, of course everyone was in shock and wanted to know how he had done it. And the king gave him $100 and then asked him a million questions. But Christian wouldn't tell them anything. He's not getting paid to answer questions. All he did was say, "I did it, and now it's done." But he started to feel a little cocky about it because he had accomplished something nobody else had. So he was like, "I'm pretty special, aren't I?" The king asked him if he'd stand watch again for a second night, and Christian responded, "Nope, I'd rather eat a razor, thank you."
What? Does it actually say that in the story?
No, that's just what I would
Oh,
say.
okay. That was so weirdly specific. That was like, oh my God, it said that?
Nope, I'd rather tongue kiss a crocodile. Thank you so much.
And then he said, fuck me gently with a chainsaw.
I'd rather sit on an active Roman candle. Thank you so much. I gotta go. I got some gravel to eat. The king nodded and said, you know what? Fine. I respect that. You stood guard for one successful night. You deserve to have a nice breakfast before you depart, so let me feed you. So he had a feast laid out for Christian, and then he poured him a glass of wine, and then he poured him another glass of wine.
It's 9 a.m.
I actually like to think that it's a mimosa.
Yeah.
It's like bottomless mimosas for my friend Christian. And after a while...
That would get me.
Yeah, right?
That would get me.
Yeah, 100%. After a while, Christian started to feel pretty bold again, and he told the king that if he paid him $200 this time, he'd have a seminar for tonight. And then he threw up everywhere. And the king was like, I think that was him saying he wanted the job, right? After this, he went out to party with the other guards and soldiers, and they drank and ate and gambled and made fun of all the guards who were too chicken to take the job, even though those guards hadn't taken the job either because they were still alive. Mm-hmm. But eventually, 8 o'clock came, and he was shut up in the church again. At around 10, he began to search for a way out. And eventually, he found a little door behind the altar. He slipped out of it and began sprinting towards the beach.
The beach?
The beach. Before he could get there, he found himself face to face with that little guy again.
Who's this little guy?
I don't know. The little guy said, good evening, Christian. Where are you off to?
The beach!
Christian said, I can go wherever I want. To which the old man replied, no, you can't. You promised to guard the princess, and you're gonna do that. And Christian found he couldn't move a muscle, and the old man grabbed him by the arm and dragged him back to the church. And once they got there, the little man told him to go to the altar and grab the book that was lying there. The book was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh.
A good book. As long as he stayed... I mean...
I'm the magician's nephew, bitch. Equal parts The Magician's Nephew and The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, honestly, is one of the weaker books in the series, I'll be honest.
Has the best
I even
title.
like The Silver Chair better.
Oh my god. I don't know anything about them.
Well, now you know a couple of the titles of them.
When I was little, I read A Wrinkle in Time, thinking it was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and it was so fucking confusing that I hated The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe for a long time after that.
A lot of crossover, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of weird, like interplanar
crossovers.
No.
There's no Christian themes in A Wrinkle in Time?
In the later ones, they build Noah's Ark. That's all I remember, though. The main character's name is Meg, and she has purple glasses.
Oh my god.
But that's all I remember, though.
Oh yeah? I feel like you may remember other things. There's a lot of weird intercosmos talk.
Yeah.
I did not appreciate it when I was little. I was indignant.
I was such a weird fucking kid, and those books are so fucking weird. I was like, this is good.
It's good for me.
They were like, what if there was a shape that you can't even imagine and it tastes like ice cream? And I was like, oh my god, that's great.
This was just your intro to H.P. Lovecraft.
It's just H.P. Lovecraft, but charming.
Aw. Emphasis on the love.
Aw, love and crafts.
H.P. loves crafts.
Aw.
Okay, so as long as he stayed in the place holding the book, nothing bad would happen to him, and he could move when he heard the coffin lid snap shut again. Okay, so all he has to do is stay on the altar, holding that book. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming it's the Bible, but I like to think it's something better.
Or maybe it's that little guy's diary.
Hold on to this. You're going to want that hot goss. So Christian did as he was told, and he ran to snatch up the book. He stayed like this until midnight, when the coffin sprang open again, and the monster tore out of it, screaming, "Sentry, where are you?" Probably said it more menacingly.
Sentry, where are you?
Came out wherever you were. The thing ran to the pulpit immediately, and when it did not find Christian there, it began to ransack the rest of the church. Not finding him, the thing screamed, "My father has set no sentry. War and pest this night begin." But at that moment, it looked up and caught sight of Christian, standing behind the altar, book in hand, and it screeched, "That's my diary!" "Oh my god, stop reading my diary!" "Oh my god!" And it rushed towards him. But no matter how much it struggled and howled, it could not reach him. Soon the clock struck 1, and the monster went back into the coffin, snapping the lid shut behind it.
Striga. That's what it's called. When in The Witcher.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
The story at this point puts in this detail. It says, that night, however, it had not the same appearance as on the previous one. It was less ugly.
Oh.
Yeah, so this monster was a little bit hotter. At this, Christian laid down where he was and went to sleep. You have to also remember, Christian's quite drunk. The next morning, he again collected his money from the king, but wouldn't tell him anything about what he saw. He also refused to take the post again, but after eating the king's food and drinking the king's delicious mimosas, Christian eventually consented, but only if he could have half the kingdom, which the king agreed to. Which is wild.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Again, he spent the day drinking and messing around and being the life of the party. Christian has a problem. I honestly think Christian might be an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And then he was dressed in his uniform and locked inside the church. This time, however, he came to his senses much earlier. He was certain tonight was going to be the worst. After all, what king would promise half his kingdom if he thought the other person would survive the night? He was like, oh no. Which is honestly a really good lesson. Rich people don't do things out of the goodness of their heart.
No, if they did, they wouldn't be rich.
They wouldn't be rich. So Christian resolved to sneak out much earlier than the other nights. He went at 9 o'clock tonight, hoping to sneak out before the little man arrived. He couldn't find an unlocked door this time, so eventually he decided to climb out a window. Of course, the windows he could climb out of were a little bit high up, but he managed to fall out of it without breaking any bones, probably because he was still drunk. He went limp. Then he ran to the shore, and nobody stopped him. And there was a boat on the shore. And Christian jumped inside of it, and he pushed off the shore and floated out to sea, and he started laughing to himself because he was delighted that he had outsmarted that little guy. Like,
oh, and then the little guy surfaces next to the boat.
Oh my god. And grins.
Hello, Christian.
Welcome to the water. And at that moment, he heard a voice from the shore say, "Good evening, Christian. Where are you going?" And he called back, "Tonight your legs will be too short." And he started to row harder. But at that moment, he felt something catch hold of the boat and start to drag it backwards. And once he was back at the shore, the little man dragged him out of the boat by the arm, saying, "Oh, no, you're going to go back to your post, as you promised." Did he stretch out his arm like Pennywise?
I'm actually very much picturing a Pennywise.
He's another Pennywise monster.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The man dragged him all the way back to the church, but when they got there, Christian insisted that the window was too high for him to get back that way. He's like, "Oh well, might as well leave." Started to try to walk away again. But the man lifted him up to the windowsill, and then he told him how to make it through the night. Quote, "This evening, you must stretch yourself out on the left-hand side of the chest. The lid opens to the right, and she comes out on the left. When she has got out of the chest and passed over you, you must get into it and lie there, and that in a hurry, without her seeing you. There you must remain until day dawns, and whether she threatens you or entreats you, you must not come out of it or give her any answer. Then she has no power over you, and both of you are freed." So that's exactly what he does in The Witcher, where he has to hide in her coffin and she can't get in. So they took this directly from the story.
Hey.
Christian went reluctantly back into the church and lay down on the left-hand side of the chest, and the clock struck 12, and the lid sprang open, and the princess passed right over him, screaming, "Sentry, where are you?" as she rushed towards the altar to look for him. And he immediately scrambled inside of the chest and pulled the lid down on top of him and laid as still as he could. And she ripped the altar apart, and then she said, "My father has sent no sentry. War and pest will now begin." And she tore up pews and ripped down curtains and said, "My father has sent no sentry. War and pest will now begin." And then the clock struck 1. Then the smith heard in the church a soft music, which grew louder and louder, and soon filled the whole building.
Oh, it's her magical girl transformation sequence.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. But it's a Fiona rule, so she's still a dead corpse. He heard also a multitude of footsteps, as if the church was being filled with people. He heard the priest go through the service in front of the altar, and there was singing more beautiful than he had ever heard before. Then he also heard the priest offer up a prayer of thanksgiving, because the land had been freed from war and pestilence, and from all misfortune, and the king's daughter had been delivered from the evil one.
Oh.
So he's just hearing this church service going on, and he's like, "What?" Really thought that she'd be trying to convince me to come out, but instead she's having church? Okay. Many voices joined in, and a hymn of praise was sung. Then he heard the priest again, and heard his own name and that of the princess. and thought that he was being wedded to her. He heard their wedding. The church was packed full, but he could see nothing inside of the coffin. Then he heard again the footsteps as folks were leaving the church, while the music sounded fainter and fainter until it altogether died away. When it was silent, the light of day began to break in through the windows. When daylight finally came, the smith jumped out of the coffin and was like, "Thank God I survived. Oh my God, that was horrible. Church is so long and boring."
I didn't even have a coloring book.
Oh my God. He saw the princess, beautiful but sobbing and shaking, cold in her white shift. He ran and covered her with his sentry's coat, and she began to sob out all that had happened, thanking him for saving her from the curse that had been laid out on her since birth. She told him that if he would have her, she would marry him. But if he would not marry her, she would go into a nunnery, and he could never marry anyone else because they had been married to each other in a ceremony of the dead, which is what he had heard. She was like, "Here's the thing. Thank you for saving me. You can never marry anyone else. It's cool if you don't want to, like, be with me. But we were technically married by God just now." So. And I bet that awkward moment when you're married to a 15-year-old by the Grim Reaper. Oh, this truly is a horror story. And since she was super hot and he already had half the kingdom for staying watch all night, they agreed to marry each other and love each other to the end of their days. That morning, when the doors were opened, the king himself came along to see what had happened to the sentry. And when he saw his daughter alive and well, he rushed forward and embraced them both. He had no problem with the arrangement they had made, and soon they had a wedding for the living as well. And Christian the Smith inherited half the kingdom and got the whole of it when his father-in-law died.
Wow.
And the last line of the story is, as for the other sentries, with so many doors and windows open, no doubt they had run away and gone into the Prussian service. And as for what Christian said he saw, he had been drinking more wine than was good for him. The end.
She ate those guys, right?
She definitely ate those guys.
Like,
yeah.
She ate those guys.
No, we got a weird PR statement at the end.
Yeah.
Why did we get a PR statement?
We can neither confirm nor deny that the princess is a cannibal.
Also, not a fan of the fact, it is a sign of when this story was written, but like not a fan of the fact that the queen doesn't come back up in this.
Nope.
Why is the king the good guy in this? He clearly fucking sucks.
Also, what about the nurse who took care of her for the first 14 years of her life and is her only contact with the outside world?
Yeah, what about the wise woman? Where does she come into?
Why no comeuppance for the king?
Why don't we know who the little old guy is?
Yeah, who's that guy?
Who is that? Who is that guy? All right, so here's a note. This is ATO type 307, the princess in the shroud, or the princess in the coffin. A cursed princess or woman comes out of her grave or coffin at night to attack people.
Mm-hmm. The streaker. This
happens enough that we need a little type for it.
Good.
This is a Danish fairy tale.
Her.
Good. You know what? Good for her. That's queen shit. This is a Danish fairy tale collected in Andrew Lang's Pink Fairy book, but this tale type is extremely popular in other places, like Ukraine and Russia, and particularly in Lithuania. I don't know why. I just thought that was kind of a fun fact. Apparently in Lithuania, this is like really popular.
That checks out. I feel like there are a lot of vampire stories from Lithuania as well. I bet there's a lot of crossover.
I wonder why.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. I would like to know more about why Christian was rewarded so much for running away. Like, this whole story is about how he keeps trying to run away, and he keeps being given clues as to how to survive. And it makes me think that all of those other sentries just stayed where they were to guard without questioning it. Like, they did their jobs and they weren't drunk and they were murdered. And Christian literally inherits an entire kingdom for trying to run.
The moral is...
Run. Question everything. I want to know, it might be because he was the last and therefore like the default victor, you know, like just the year had run up. So no matter what, that little guy was going to show up and give the last person some advice. Or maybe he was somehow the only one affected by the little old man's powers.
But why?
But genuinely why? I think it's a bad lesson. Here are some pictures. I'm a big fan of the princess's hair in this.
Oh. Oh. Ooh, baby. What we have here is a picture of a knight dressed very ornately. He has a big fancy curly feather on his cap and a big silly mustache. He's wearing so many layers of silks and armor.
He looks truly old.
He looks very fancy. And then there is a woman who is sitting on some stairs, looking up at him, and she's got the craziest mullet.
She's got like 80s final girl hair.
Yeah, she like
it's spiky.
She kind of looks like a hedgehog woman. Like
She
it's
looks
all
like
over
that-
her body.
She looks like that plant. Yeah, her weird mullet, because it truly is a mullet. It's very short on top and so long in the back, and it's covering her like a cape.
And her arms are very hairy.
And she has giant hands.
And she's saying, "Awoo,
awoo." Flip it over. And here's two more. I think these are both by H.J. Ford. I believe that's his name. Forgive me if it's not H.J. Ford.
I will not.
I was talking to H.J. Ford. Because he's the one that does all of most of these Andrew Legs illustrations.
And then this is a picture of, I'm going to guess, the queen. And she is kneeling down in the garden and gnawing on some herbs.
Do you see the little floating baby?
And right above her head is a very concerned looking baby who maybe has a third eye, who is just floating down from the tree and looking at her in judgment.
That is so surreal.
And then the last picture is a woman. It's the knight with the same silly mustache.
Mm-hmm.
And he is wrapping his cloak around a woman who still has moderately crazy 80s mullet hair, but looks more hairless.
From the front, it certainly is all business.
Yeah. But in the back, there's a party going on.
Yeah. Anyway, so that is kind of I think that this particular story is the origin of the Princess in the Chest tale type, title. Like, this is the story when you search, like, Princess in the Chest, this is the story that comes up with it, even though there's, like, a ton of variants of the story. And we heard one with Jeanne of Bordeaux. Episode 95, Too Many Toenails, parentheses, the patron saint of lazy boys. So that is Jeanne of Bordeaux, if you want to hear a truly hilarious story about the stupidest man in the world.
He's so dumb.
And my story was the King of Persia and the Princess of the Sea, and that's where you developed your huge crush on the green mustached mermaid king.
Oh, I love him. I forgot about him.
I can't remember his name, but yeah, he was fucking hot as shit.
Wow.
I might go back and listen to that episode. It's really, that was a good one. Okay, Max, let's take a little break.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, and when we come back, we'll be so much more focused than we were on this story.
Oh, not guaranteed. No refunds.
Hopeful. Okay, bye.
Okay, Janey.
Okay, Max.
The story that I have for you today is called The Censor and the Tiger.
Censor?
Mm-hmm.
Like the one who censors?
No, censor as in, like, censorship.
Like somebody who takes the census?
No.
Okay.
That threw me for a loop too, and I will explain it.
Okay.
Don't you worry, brother.
Oh, thank God. I'll stop worrying now.
This story comes from Chinese Fairy Tales and Fantasies, edited by Moss Roberts.
Moss Roberts!
Which I know nothing about them, but based on the fact that their name is Moss Roberts, I have to assume that they are a beautiful blue-haired non-binary individual.
Oh my God. The name Moss is my favorite, like, non-binary name.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when people are like, I'm just gonna, like, name myself after, like, a nature.
Yeah.
First of all, love that.
Yes.
Love it when people choose nature-based, like, names that fit their personalities perfectly.
Yes.
But Moss is my favorite one.
It's a really good one.
It's so good.
Moss.
Moss.
Live Moss.
Truly live Moss.
Do you think anyone's made that shirt yet? And if not, should I?
Live Moss. I think it should say live moss, as if...
Have we made this?
Yes,
I'm getting a weird sense of deja vu. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was in your waterfall story, Native American story, where the girl jumps off the waterfall.
And she drinks moss tea.
She eats moss jelly.
Moss jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we both were very excited about. But we said live moss should be the t-shirt, but it would just look like it said live moss. So we should put it in, like, the live animal font, like live moss, but like Taco Bell. Never mind.
I'll mock it up on Canva.
Yeah,
we'll get it out there. It'll be perfect. Yeah, this is part of the Pantheon Collection of Fairy Tales, which is a series of books published by Pantheon Books. Just wanted to double check that. I felt like I was crazy for a second. Pantheon Books publish a series of fairy tales and folk tales from different cultures. And this is one of them, specifically for China. Chinese fairy tales and fantasies.
I like fantasies used as the genre.
Yeah.
Instead of like fantasy books or like, is it like fairy tales and folk tales? I like fairy tales and fantasies. That's cool.
I like it too.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's got a good feel. All right, Moss Roberts, good vibes all around. Fantasies, good. Moss, great.
Fantastic.
Live Moss, we will make it work somehow.
Taco Bell. There once was a man named Li Cheng. He was a relative of the emperor, and from when he was very, very young, he was very intelligent. He got top marks in all of his scholarly pursuits. He was very learned, and he excelled far beyond many of the people of his age at every level.
Nerd.
Yeah, he's a classic gifted kid, basically.
Yeah. We're about to see him have burnout.
Yes. This story is so fucking funny and so weird. And I hope I never have to go to my high school reunion. And that's the story.
I just want to get really hot and see all of the boys that are bald now. But I'm not hot enough to go back and do that yet. Yet. But also, I went to school in a military community, so I don't have to worry about high school reunions. People were in and out so much that it would make genuinely no sense to do a high school reunion.
I have a high school that I could reunion with, and I don't want to.
I also have like a really good track record of having never had sex with anybody I went to high school with. I would like to keep that.
Yeah, that's good. That's fair.
Right?
Li Cheng, gifted kid from the beginning. Honestly, never really struggles in school with anything. Everything comes very naturally to him. And as a result, he grows up moderately lazy and arrogant.
Oh, man.
Because he is just already good at everything, and he's never been bad at anything.
And he's also wealthy, and he's privileged.
Yeah, and he's related to the emperor, and he's kind of assured to have a good position when he grows up. And nothing's ever been hard for him.
Great.
He is given the position of chief constable when the prior constable passes away.
Nepo baby.
Yeah. But he feels that this role is too small for him. He thinks that he is better than this job, and he makes sure everyone knows it. So he is constantly talking about how he's too good to be doing this and he should be somewhere else. And when he gets drinks with the other chief constables, after he has like 2 drinks, he starts talking about how much smarter and better he is than them, and how he says, how could the likes of you be in a class with me?
Don't you know who my emperor is?
We all do.
Yes.
But he's like, I'm just like really smart and good at things, and I feel like I'm being wasted on this position. And everyone's like, shut the fuck up,
I fucking
Li Cheng.
hate this kid.
Yeah, this guy's a real pain in the ass.
Yeah.
After a period of time as chief constable, which he bitches all the way through, he finally has had enough of this small fry job.
Isn't constable like a police officer? Isn't he kind of like a detective?
Chief constable? I think it's like a...
Chief of police.
I feel like it's like mayor.
Really? I'm gonna say
governor or something.
You're not having fun as the chief of police. As I
Good.
say it. As I say it, honestly, good. I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, though, and so my view of the police is skewed right now because I'm in the earlier seasons.
You got the rose-colored.
Truly
riot.
have the rose-colored
riot shield on.
Aw, rose-colored riot shields is such a good image.
Yeah. So, after a time in this position that he is much too good for, he resigns.
The image is, I'm sorry, that just completely, like, my if I had an MRI on my brain, it would have, like, lit up all over. The image is, the art is from the point of view of a police officer looking through a riot shield, and it's all pink and, like a, I guess a one-way riot shield, but it's all pink, and the other side are people being like holding signs that say like hero cops and like rainbows and like, you know, people just really excited and little kids dressed as police officers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then all around the outside is just like actual rioting and people getting sprayed with hoses and stuff.
Yeah.
So good.
I think you just created the political art of the century.
But then they offer them a Coke. And everything's fixed.
Wow. Capitalism really will save us all.
I did just solve a lot of things. You're welcome. Get the Jenners on the phone.
There you go. So he resigns his position because he's too good for it. And he spends the next year secluded in his house and doesn't really know what to do with himself. Because as much as he thought he was too good for that job, it turns out he doesn't have any interests or talents.
Oh, he for sure has gifted kid burnout.
100%. He spends a year in seclusion in his house, after which he runs out of money and has to go and get a job again.
Wow.
After his year of seclusion, he goes to the Southeast and he becomes a teacher. Because he's a scholar in his own right. And he teaches people in this little area, and people come from all over to learn from him because he's pretty well known as being a renowned scholar. So he goes somewhere for a year and like teaches people and, you know, is a figure in this town for a long time. At the end of a year, though, he is like, I don't want to do this anymore. And he moves back home.
I'm really hoping this isn't foreshadowing my experience, but so far this is this is feeling pretty on point.
This was also my experience after college.
This is describing Max and I in different various aspects of our lives. Yeah. And it's not great.
I spent a year inside.
I'm a teacher and hate it.
So he's on his way back home after working for a whole entire year. And everyone who he taught, like, gives him gifts and everything. They're like, thank you so much. And he's like, I know, but I have to go. And I kind of hate you all.
I know. But I have to go.
And I hate you all and goodbye. And you're not good enough for me.
My summer's coming so soon. Can't wait to quote that. No, I'm just kidding.
On his way back home, he stops in a lodge in an area called Jufen. And while he is in Jufen, he becomes very sick. And over the course of a couple of days, he becomes very sick and feverish, and he starts raving. He is like hallucinating and losing control of his faculties and everything. He becomes completely delirious. His manservant, who travels with him, he spends the next couple of days just beating the shit out of him for no reason.
Oh, no.
Just beating up on his servant.
So he's not like sick. He's not like ill.
They're like, he's crazy, and so he keeps beating the shit out of this guy.
He's bad now.
He was kind of always bad.
No, but now he's abusing his servant.
Yeah.
Why is the servant still working there?
That's a really good question.
I don't want to blame the victim. I retract that statement.
But also, girl, get a better job.
Oh, girl.
Oh, girl. After 10 days of this fever and just raving madness, he gets up in the middle of the night and he runs out the door, and his servant gets up and tries to follow him, and he gets to the door just in time to see his master running into the woods and tearing off all of his clothes. And so he gathers up the people in the Jufen township, and they like search the woods to try and find this guy, and they find no sign of him whatsoever. And they keep looking and looking and looking, but eventually they have to concede that like he was very sick. He probably fucking ran into a tree face first and died or something.
How we all will eventually go.
So they wait for a while, and then after a month, the servant gives up, and he takes his master's horse and all of his possessions, and he sets out on his own.
Good of that servant to wait a month. If somebody was if my employer was beating the shit out of me, I would have robbed him a while ago.
Seriously, like, very much so. This story really is like, I can't believe his servant was so dishonorable as to take his horse and his belongings after he had only been missing, presumed dead, for a month. And I'm like, this guy's been getting the shit beaten out of him. He's been traveling with this guy for like 2 years now, probably. And this guy is like raving mad and then ran into the fucking woods. And he waited a whole month before he was like, this is my shit now.
But also, like, yeah, who else is going to take the shit? The servant doesn't have to stay in this place forever.
Right?
And nobody else is going to take it.
Yeah. This story really comes down hard on the servant, and they're like, wow, he has no faith. And it's like, actually,
we stan this servant.
So that's the end of that.
Okay, that was a good story, Max.
Thank you so much. And then there's another man, a scholar named Yuan San.
Okay.
He is traveling through the Hunan province sometime later, and he is serving as a censor for the emperor. Censor.
Okay.
I looked this up, and as best as I can tell, this is someone who goes around and is basically the PR team for the emperor.
They go through everybody's diaries and redact a bunch of unsavory thoughts.
No, but they travel throughout the province and they like review literature that's being circulated to make sure that it's not something that is like negative for the emperor.
That is still something that happens in China to this day.
Yeah. So that's what that is. It's like the same thing as like censorship.
Guys, when I taught at a university in China, every class that we had a student who was part of a very specific group that was meant to keep tabs on the teachers and make sure they weren't saying buzzwords. And one of the buzzwords was Tibet. And one of the stories that we taught had Tibetan monks in it, but it wasn't about Tibet. But if you don't know, China is genociding Tibet currently, at the moment, committing horrific genocides in Tibet. And one of our stories had Tibetan monks, but it wasn't about Tibetan monks. It's just they were the monks that were there. And we got called in and we were like... They were like, what is this thing? We had to defend the fact that this short story is not about Tibet, and we had to like defend our position, and they let us keep teaching it because it wasn't about that, and they're allowed to know Tibet exists.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Also, there's a whole branch of Buddhism that is specifically Tibetan Buddhism. I don't know how you can like navigate around that.
Oh, China straight up took over Buddhism.
Yeah, no, I know, but like...
They like straight up, they kidnapped a child and replaced one of the like holy figures with their own fucking child.
Oof.
And presumably killed that child and his whole family.
Jesus.
Fucking wild. Anyway, governments are bad, actually. But I really enjoyed my time teaching in China. I genuinely did. Okay.
So this scholar, Yuan Sen, is traveling as a censor for the emperor through the provinces, reviewing all of the literature, etc. Mm-hmm. He's traveling and he stays overnight in this one town, and then he and his entourage of warriors and other people who are traveling with him, other administrators and stuff, they all get up in the morning and they get on their horses and they're about to continue down the road. And then one of the guards in this town is like, hey, you can't go that way right now. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What the frack?
What the frick are you... Hey, man, what the frick are you talking about?
What the frick?
He doesn't use bad language. He's a censor.
This is a 10-year-old boy.
What the HE double hockey sticks are you talking about?
Holy frick! What the
jeepers?
Fudge. But I didn't say fudge.
You piece of shit, talking mushroom.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's how my mom wants us to talk on the podcast.
Barb, this one's for you.
This one's for you, Barb.
Starbra.
So the guard is like, you can't go down this road at this time of day. There's a man-eating tiger who prowls the road down here, and you can basically only pass through this area at high noon, and it's still like first thing in the morning, so you really can't go down this road, or the tiger will attack you and kill all of you.
Yeah.
So you can't go.
So we can't explain it any clearer than that. You don't want to be eaten by a tiger. Go home.
You gotta chill out for a little bit. Have some brunch.
Have a mimosa.
Have a mimosa. San says, we are many on horseback, and no beast of mountain or marsh can do me harm. So he's like, I got my boys with me. Are you telling me a tiger is gonna kill me? Good luck.
Look at my boys. Look at Squee.
Look at Lasqueed.
Squee is crazy.
Have we talked about Lasqueed on the podcast before?
Guys, many years ago, Max
2 years ago.
No.
Yes.
Had to have been longer than that. How much do we tell them? Max and I... It was way before I was a teacher. So this is important because it was more than 2 years ago, because it was before I was a government employee. We were microdosing something legal.
Were we?
Yes.
I don't remember that part of the story. We were watching a TV show and we paused
How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh, God. Oh, so this was like 4 years ago then.
We were microdosing something legal. It's fine. And we were watching How to Get Away with Murder. And we were feeling better than we had ever felt before. We were just happy and our depression was gone. And a man...
We paused it.
Yes.
We paused the TV show.
In the middle of a man's sentence.
Yes. And then we talked for a minute, and then we played it, and he was in the middle of saying, let's go eat.
And he was doing, it was like a fairly serious scene, too. He was, like, being kind. He was also, like, a character that from what I remember, he was a character that, like, was not always a kind, caring character.
He's like a very gruff kind of, like, anti-hero character, and he's talking to Bonnie Winterbottom from Gossip Girl.
And he was, like, being...
Gossip Girl?
I don't
Gilmore
know.
Girls.
Gilmore Girls, maybe.
Yes.
Bonnie Winter... Oh.
Paris.
Wow, that's her name.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Bonnie Winterbottom is the character's name.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, hey, like, it's going to be okay. You can handle this. Let's go eat.
He's being vulnerable, and he's also being caring for the first time, and, like, it's his thing. And he says very fast, let's go eat. And Max and I almost threw up. And that's one.
Je suis let's go eat.
And we just kept being like, it's me. Let's go eat. And that took up the rest of the week. That's the only thing I remember from the rest of the week is Lesquite. And now Lesquite is a character in our home. Anyway.
He lives with us in spirit. Sometimes when I'm sad, I'll just think about Lesquite.
She's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and everything is falling apart. And he's like, hey, it's okay. Look, we just gotta, we'll keep our heads down, and everything will be fine. I won't let anything happen to you. Now, come on, kid. Let's squeeze.
Fucking Lesquite.
Lesquite. Oh, it's just as funny when we're not on anything.
Well, we weren't high for a week.
Nope.
I think we decided eventually that Lesquite is either a tiny Frenchman
Definitely
or
a tiny little shrimp.
Or he's either a tiny Frenchman or that inchworm with a huge penis.
Oh, one time we were, guys, I'm sorry, in the middle
We
of
have to cut all of this.
story.
We're telling all of our secrets.
Okay, we'll save the inchworm with the huge penis for another time. If you want to hear the inchworm with a huge penis story, listen for our bonus episode. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Cool. Join the Patreon.
Mm-hmm. Lesquite.
Lesquite. Lesquite.
What's up, squeeters?
No, don't call them squeeters. Hey. Lesquite.
We watched it like 50 fucking...
We just kept replaying it and like crying. God, that's the happiest I've ever been in my life.
It felt like we had stumbled upon treasure. It was like at the end of the Goonies. I was like, this is us forever now.
This is gonna fix everything.
Yeah, and it kind of did.
It didn't.
Truly, sometimes when I am too sad, I will think about Lesquite.
Oh, Lesquite.
Lesquite. Sometimes I think about him, and he is a little wheel of cheese with a beret and a mustache.
Oh, I think of him as the little cleaner shrimp from Finding Nemo.
Cute. Jacques.
Lesquite.
Mama. Lesquite. Sometimes I think of Lesquite, and he is a tiny knight.
You know what? Lesquite can be anybody.
You know, the
Whoever
real Lesquite was the friends we made along the way.
This is relatable to everybody, yes.
This might be the last episode of the podcast. This might be what
This is how we announce. This is how we announce that we're done.
You guys ever thought about Lesquite? Anyways, bye forever. We've talked about everything we can conceivably talk about.
As we go on, we remember that Lesquite lives on forever.
So true. So there's a tiger.
Oh my god, yeah, that stupid tiger.
Son continues down the road. How the fuck did we even get there?
Because he has a friend named Squeak.
No, he doesn't.
I distinctly remember a friend named Squeak. Guys,
you invented Squeak.
Wasn't Squeak the name of what's his name? The stupid one, Kavanaugh. Wasn't he Kavanaugh's like calendar friend? Have you already forgotten Kavanaugh and his calendars? Is that how bad the world's gotten?
Brett Kavanaugh?
Yeah, remember he had his calendar that he was like being
it was like
accused of-
Scree or something.
Oh, it was Scree. I thought it was Squee.
Something like that. It was like Scrat or something.
No, I think it was Squee.
No.
He had a friend named Squee on his calendar, and through tears, Brett Kavanaugh, who is a Supreme Court judge now. After this incident, he was appointed a Supreme Court judge. He said, I couldn't have sexually assaulted that girl because Squee was there. And Squee's a good guy. Oh, so good. God, they really oh, yeah, I'm sorry, so bad. Robert Kennedy is running for president with a worm in his ear.
Sorry, a worm is running for president and piloting Robert Kennedy as a meat suit.
Robert Kennedy is running for president with a worm as his running mate.
And Robert Kennedy is the vice president now.
Squeak. Every episode, I feel like, is me slowly losing my mind over American politics.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like that's the only way to treat it at a certain point.
It is truly the worst written series of all time.
It's a series of unfortunate events, for sure.
It is not as well written as a series of unfortunate events.
True.
Which is fantastic. Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Let's wait.
So, San delivers a sick line about he and his boys being afraid of no tiger.
Yeah.
And then they proceed down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that guy for trying to keep them alive and not eaten by a tiger.
Yeah.
They continue down the road about a quarter mile, and then they're attacked by a tiger.
Oh, what? But his boys.
But the boys!
This tiger doesn't know nothing about boys.
You would think that.
Uh-oh.
Read on.
Is this tiger for the boys?
Honestly, kind of.
Okay.
So this huge, like, matted, blood-stained tiger with, like, bits of skin and hair and flesh hanging from its teeth just bolts out of the forest and charges this group of men head on. Mm-hmm. And Yuan-san is like, I'm gonna fucking die. And then this tiger leaps for him and at the last second veers off and runs into a bush. And then from inside...
Embarrassing.
And then from inside of the bush, San hears a voice that says, how strange! I nearly killed my old friend.
It's Squee! Twist!
It's not Squee.
Oh my god! I haven't seen you in so long. You are the best of us.
San recognizes this voice. It is the voice of his old schoolmate, Li Chang.
I legitimately forgot about Li Chang. My mind is blown.
For the record, Squee is not a character in this story. Squee is a figment of your imagination.
You could have fooled me.
Yes.
You legitimately could fool me anytime you want. Guys, the tests proved I have no ADHD. I am normal. What's that say about you listening to this podcast?
Go to the doctor or don't. I'm not your mom. So the tiger says, how strange, I nearly killed my old friend. And San recognizes the voice of his old schoolmate, Li Cheng. They were like in the same year. They used to be buddies. Boys.
What a weird thing to say. He's like covered in blood and he's like, oh, that's so weird. I almost killed my old friend.
How strange.
Imagine like walking down the street and Jack the Ripper jumping out at you and be like, ha.
Oh, my bad, bro. Shit.
Oh my God. Remember me from college? That's so funny. I almost murdered you. I'm Jack the Ripper.
You might remember me as Jack Leggett from socio class.
Leggett is
sociology.
So specific. Do you know something we don't?
No, that's just the first last name I could think of.
It's me. Squee.
It's not Squee. To reiterate, there is no Squee in this story. So, San says out loud, can it be that is the voice of my friend Li Cheng from Guangxi?
From college?
From college. And he hears a voice from inside of the bushes say, yes, I am Li Cheng. Do you want to hang out and catch up for a minute? And San is like, yeah, man, let's talk. What's up? Like, what? Why are you?
Let's wrap it out.
You're different. What's new?
You look great. Stripes have always been your pattern.
Okay. This is.
Is he hot?
What?
What?
Who?
The tiger.
No.
Okay. Well, don't look
I'll
at me
come
like-
back to that. I'll come back to that.
Okay. I just felt like you were ramping up to the fact that he might be hot now.
No.
Okay.
No. He's not. Don't worry.
Okay.
San goes to the bushes and he says, "How did you come to this? My old friend." And Li Cheng is like, "Oh, well, it's a funny story, but I haven't seen you in a while. What's new? I haven't even heard anything about you. Are you still with that girl or no?" And
This is so scary, actually.
yeah.
Oh my god. So he's not seeing anything. He's just hearing his friend's voice from the bushes.
Yeah.
This is like a skinwalker.
It's very scary. He did see the tiger talk and say, "How strange."
Oh, okay. I still think that's very scary.
It is very scary. But he's like, "What have you been up to? I saw those guys with you and they're carrying your seal. Are you like, oh my god, are you working for the emperor? Because like, that would make sense. Like, you are such a hard worker and you honestly deserve it. Like, snaps. Like, great job. I'm so happy for you. Like, tell me, like, how did you get from like there to here? Like, what have you been up to? Tell me about the process. Tell me about your life. Let's just hang out. Like, tell me what's going on." And Tassan is like, "Well, we graduated from the same year and we formed a friendship closer than the common sort."
Okay, you're telling him things he knows. Wait, hold on.
He says, "I've thought about you a lot and why don't you come out here and we can talk more? And like, it feels weird to talk to you when you're inside of a bush. If you want to hang out, like, I'm really excited to see you, but like, I would love to talk to you face to face because this is weird."
Do they have like a thing?
It seems like they might have had like a little bit of a thing.
Guys, are you picking up on a little bit of a thing?
They formed a friendship closer than the common sort. And
I
they
thought you
were
said the common
roommates.
sword. I was like, yeah, they did.
What does that mean?
They crossed swords.
Oh.
What do you mean? God, people with penises must have so much fun. There's so many things you could do. Again, I'm very neurotypical, apparently, when it comes to ADHD.
Janey got a 24 on the depression exam and is now claiming to be so normal, and actually you're crazy.
I just don't have ADHD.
So Yuan-san is like, "Come out here and we can talk like old friends. Like, why are you being weird?" And Li Cheng is in the bushes and he's like, "Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I don't want you to see me like this. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing and you've done so well and I'm so excited for this job that you have. Like, really, again, just want to say congrats. And I'm so mad that nobody told me about where you're at because, like, good for you."
How would they have told him? He is a tiger in a bush.
He's like, "I always knew you would make it. You always had that star power and wow, just incredible. But I'm like so embarrassed. I don't even want to see you because I'm a tiger."
Get out of here.
"I'm a tiger." And then he tells Yuan-san the story of how he became a tiger.
Oh, good.
Which
I
is
was hoping he'd tell the tale.
I just really love that up to this point, his friend was like, "Hey, why are you a tiger?" And he was like, "Oh my god, but like, what have you been up to?" Just redirecting so fucking hard. So he's like, "I was like traveling and I ended up in the township of Jifen and I got really sick and I had this fever. And then like in the middle of the night, I ran out of my house after being super nice to anyone and never doing anything wrong. I ran out of my house and into the woods. And then I was like running through the woods and I kept falling over. So I started like running on all fours and then I like lost track of time. And then I like looked down and I was like, oh, I'm running on all fours. And then like this like long hair started to sprout all over my body. And then like I saw a bird and I was like, oh, I want to eat it with my big strong tiger teeth.
Yeah. This so far sounds pretty great. I bet it feels great to be a tiger.
I also bet it feels great to be a tiger.
Right?
Pretty
Girls.
He's like, I felt myself like filling with this like strength and this ruthlessness. And I was really fuzzy. I would like see people walking down the road and I would be like, I must be on a seafood diet because they look delicious.
I see the food and and I go feral.
And he's just like eating wild animals that are like still alive and raw.
Wow.
And then eventually, at one point, he's on a secluded mountain path and he sees a very plump man walking down the path and he is drooling and he's got the thing where he floats along on the scent of pie towards this guy. and gobbles him up.
Okay.
In one bite, eats him whole, the whole guy. And he's never looked back. He just eats people now. So,
is this how it happened for Armie Hammer?
Probably.
I like that you started laughing before I finished the sentence.
Yeah. I knew where you were going with it. And he's like, I mean, obviously I still have like my memories. Like I remember you, bestie. Wow. But I've been just like so embarrassed because I'm like a tiger now that like I remember all my friends and family, obviously, but I don't want to go talk to them. It's like super embarrassing. I'm like very ashamed of being a tiger who eats people. So like I haven't really been like hanging out a lot.
Sometimes I feel like when you say that you're really embarrassed by things, it means that you're not embarrassed by them at all.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's like crazy people don't know they're crazy, which is, but like,
oh my God, it's so embarrassing how pretty I am today.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it kind of does. But
and I feel like if you were a tiger, you'd be embarrassed by how pretty you are every day. You know? Tigers are beautiful.
So true. And he's like, oh my God, like, I can't even believe I'm talking to you. You are like in such a good spot in your life right now. Like the good vibes are just, I can feel them from like all the way inside of this bush.
It's so scary. I forgot that he's still in the bush. That's so scary.
And he's like, you are bringing honor to your family. And I'm sure everyone's so proud of you for this amazing job that you're doing, which again, you deserve. And congratulations. Right. And I'm over here just being a nasty old tiger who eats people. And everyone must be so ashamed of me. Ugh.
You could stop me at any time to disagree. You've been awfully quiet.
He says, I leap up and I sigh vainly at the sky. I lower my eyes to the ground and weep. Ruined and unfit to serve, such is my fate.
Again, you could jump in at any time. You were going to say something? You started... Sorry, you took a breath? No? Okay. Well, I guess I'll continue my story.
God, it's so embarrassing.
What was that?
What?
You were going to say... No, oh, nothing?
So he finishes his monologue about how sad he is and how he's like
shameful and I hate eating people.
Oh my God, it's so gross, but they're like so good. So like,
did you know how tasty people are? Hi, my name is Armie Hammer. Unknown cannibal Armie. We moved on too fast.
We all moved on as a society way too fast.
I do feel like there's a direct link between Armie Hammer is a cannibal and RFK has a brain worm.
Do you think if Armie Hammer ate RFK's brain, he would be full of worms?
Yeah, 100%. You contract worms from eating people.
I think RFK's worm is dead. I feel like I should have mentioned that sooner.
I do think that they removed the worm, right?
I don't think so. I think it's dead and they can't remove it. So it's like still in there. I should read one of these articles. I just keep seeing articles.
I really have this run of the clickbait. But also,
honestly,
that's the only way to get through American politics as an American.
Yes.
I'm sorry. We can't do it anymore.
I can't find out any more information. I'm full.
But I do.
Thank you.
I do feel like presidential candidate RFK with a brainworm is a gift. Unless he becomes the president, and then it's a curse.
And then it's a milestone for sure.
It's the first worm for president. Aw.
Wow.
Good
Love wins.
Guys, I'm so sorry we keep bringing up RFK as a worm. But
it's so embarrassing. But like, so we have to talk about how he's got a worm in his brain.
But it's just the weirdest news. There's so much terrible news right now, and that's weirdly not the terriblest.
It's not bad. I think that's why it's funny, is because it's notable, but it's not like inherently bad.
By the way, saw a picture of JFK's only living grandson right now.
Yeah?
Hot as fuck. Hot as fuck.
Annoying.
JFK was not hot. I will die on that hill.
Really?
Honestly, I think a very ugly, like Mad TV style boy president. It was really weird that people were like, he's hot. And the only reason why they thought that was because he was the youngest person anyone had ever seen on TV.
And he was a Catholic?
And he was a Catholic, and that made him
Is that
edgy
true? Did
and
I make
cool.
that up?
Yeah, he was Catholic.
Okay.
He was like the first Catholic president. That was
That's
like
what
a
I thought.
huge deal at the time. But
imagine being persecuted for being Catholic.
oh my God. I bet white Catholics fucking loved that. All white Catholics want is to be persecuted.
Hey, someone had to say it.
Their heyday was when JFK was running for president and people were mean to him for being Catholic.
Honestly, that was probably peak Catholicism.
Oh my God, they were like, our recruitment numbers are through the roof. Everybody just wants to be mean to by the media. Anyway, whoa, guys. I've been drinking wine now. That's a bad.
Not enough for this to be the case.
Keep going.
Listen. Fucker.
Oh my God. Why do you listen to this podcast? Genuinely. Why do you listen?
Hey.
What?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for listening. Give us $7.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
I'm so sorry.
So
we're great and professional.
Shut the fuck up. So Yuan-san is like, no, it's not embarrassing that you're a tiger. I do have like a question though, and I hope this isn't rude. If you're a tiger, how can you talk?
Good fucking question.
Honestly,
good
great question.
This is why you make the big bucks.
And Li Chang says, my heart and my mind are still human, but I'm like a tiger now, so I'm like rude. I eat people.
This is the reason why I'm rude.
I'm filled with fears and hatreds. And he's like, my greatest hope is that you remember me as I was, a cool, hot guy, and not as a nasty old tiger.
The coolest, smartest, sexiest boy in school. What?
And not this nasty tiger. Please, like, remember me as I was, and forgive me for the crimes of eating people that I've been doing.
Remember me as I was, 6'1" with a huge penis. Nobody remembers this. Hold on. A full head of hair, clear skin, bright eyes can't lose.
He's like, remember me as I was and forgive me for all of the awful, nasty things I've done as a tiger. And if you see me again, you should probably fucking run because I'm only becoming more of a tiger every day. And the next time I see you, I probably won't remember you and I probably will eat you. So, like, get out of here.
Oh my God, you're so bad. I love that you're still here.
Get out. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
Look at you just talking to a bush. You're so funny. Did you get taller?
So Yuan-san is like, hey man, like, it was really good to see you though, like really nice to catch up.
Yeah.
And Li Chang is like, can I ask you like a little favor? Do you mind? And Yuan-san is like, what is it? And Li Chang is like, oh my God, I shouldn't even ask this, but like, I'm going to. But like, I shouldn't. Oh my God.
I love how flirty your version of Li Chang is. I'm almost positive that if I read this story, it would be very serious.
It is so serious. But there's no way to have a character who's like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing that I'm a tiger and not be this character. He says how embarrassed he is to be a tiger like 30 times. He's like, oh my God, don't even look at me. I'm like such a tiger right now.
Oh my God. Roar, am I right?
Oh my God.
I'm like such a cliche. Just ate that little chubby guy. I gobbled him right up. I'm so bad.
But he was so good though.
I like Li Chang better as a tiger.
So Li Chang as Yuan-san, he's like, can you just like, as a favor to me, can you tell my family that I died? Like, don't tell them that I'm a tiger because it's so embarrassing.
And could you call them now and put them on speakerphone so I can see the reaction?
Like, I want to just know how much they cry. Like,
is my grandmother wailing?
But he's like, can you tell my family that I died?
Mm-hmm.
I don't tell them I turned into a nasty tiger.
Emma Stone from that one SNL skit.
And he's like, also, I have a young son. And he is going to grow up without a father, and all of my possessions were stolen by that mean servant.
No, that servant was fine. Also, he has a son?
Apparently.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When the fuck did that happen?
Great question.
You piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only way that could have happened without us knowing about it is if you abandoned your child.
100%.
Oh, you piece of shit.
He has a wife and a son, it is revealed at this point in the story.
Guys question everything.
I'm starting to think that this man-eating tiger is not a feminist. And also, maybe canceled.
Canceled.
So he's like, so my son is going to grow up without a father, and like, you know, women aren't allowed to have money, so like my family's going to be really poor because I turned into a tiger or whatever. So if you can, like, look out for my son, you know, like financially and like in terms of his employment, because you have like such a good job. Maybe you could get him a job. What do you think?
Oh my God. You piece of shit. You piece of shit.
And Yuan-san is like, of course, like we were like family in school. I am more than happy to take care of your family as though they were my own. And I'm
Please
so sorry
don't
that
tell
you're in
people
a
that we
situation.
used to kiss. I will bankroll your family for the rest of their life.
But he's like, of course I will take care of your family. Like, it would be my honor to do so, and I'm more than happy to. So don't even worry about them. I will handle it as soon as I get into the city. I will reach out to them. I'll let them know that you are dead, and I will send them enough money that they will be well off for the rest of their lives. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And Li Cheng is like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Can I ask him a second favor? I'm so bad. Sorry.
No.
And Li Cheng is like, so I don't know if you know this because it's been like a while since we caught up, but I've been doing some like writing, and it's like pretty good. Like, not to toot my own horn, but it's like pretty good. And I never showed it to anyone, obviously, because like embarrassing, but like it's pretty good. And I feel like maybe my family should have it as an heirloom, all of my thoughts and feelings. And yeah, do you think you could do that? And his friend Yen-san is like, well, yeah, I mean, I can give your book or whatever to your family. And he's like, oh no, the draft is lost. I lost it. It's like scattered to the four winds now.
Oh my God.
But I remember it all. So if you want to just like hang out for a little bit and I'll...
You told him to get out of there or you would eat.
He's like, if you could just like take down my words for a little bit and then give it to my son, that would be amazing.
I hate this tiger so much. I don't like this tiger.
And Yen-san is like, sure,
I was actually on my way somewhere. My boys are... fine.
The boys.
The boys are like, what are we doing now? We're writing his memoir?
We're writing down a tiger's thoughts and feelings.
Hey, boss.
We actually have a kind of like a job, like a kind of like an important job.
Who's gonna censor the people if you are writing down a tiger's thoughts and feelings?
So he's like, well, you know, like I kind of have to get going. And Li Cheng is like, oh, it's not even that much. Like, it'll take you like 5 minutes to write down all this stuff. Promise, tops. And then he narrates 20 chapters of his memoirs. That's not an exaggeration. In the story, they're like, and then he narrated 20 chapters of his memoirs.
Okay, let's put this into perspective, though. If your old high school boyfriend showed up as a tiger...
Classic.
Honestly, I might sit and write down his memoir.
But none of it's about how he's a tiger.
I can see the boyfriend in question, my boyfriend in question that would pull this shit. It'd be hilarious. It'd be my ex-boyfriend, Jason Semple. I don't remember his phone number. Otherwise, I would give it now because I think it'd be funny to talk. He was super funny. Very, very, like, just a straight up himbo. I didn't realize it at the time.
We didn't have a word for it back then.
We didn't have a word for it, but he was the most himbo of all the himbos. And so stupid and so fun. And he would 100% accidentally turn into a tiger. Then be like, I have a favorite.
So, Luan-san writes down 20 chapters of this tiger's memoirs. Tiger's memoirs and musing.
That's the name of the memoir.
Tiger. And after he finishes, the tiger is like, oh, so good to get that off of my chest. Thank you so much. You're like the best. Mm-hmm. Anyways, you should probably get going. You have like a job that you're supposed to be doing, right? You slacking? Get out of here, bitch.
I'm going to tell on you. LOL, but really.
So Yun-san continues on down the road, leaving Li Cheng as a tiger behind.
Sure.
He gets to the next town and he pens a letter to Li Cheng's family to let them know that he is dead. And he sends enough money for like a funeral. Mm-hmm. And then a little while later, Li Cheng's son shows up to where Yuan San is like, hey, I want to see my dad's coffin. And Yuan San is like, ooh, you got me. He's not dead. He's a mean old tiger, but you can't talk to him or he'll eat you.
Likely story. That's what all the boys say.
So he tells him the whole truth.
I'm so curious. Max says, I can't read Max's handwriting, especially from upside down. But you have something circled?
Oh, no, I scribbled that out.
Oh, it looks like it's circled.
No.
What did you scribble?
I wrote, tells them what happened, and then I corrected it to, tells them he died.
Oh, okay.
Because he didn't tell them what happened until the son was like, can I see my dead dad? And he was like, no.
I thought you were circling the title of the memoir. I was really excited about it. What would the title be?
The Tiger Inside.
The Tiger Inside, Stars and Stripes.
Forever.
Stars and Stripes forever.
50 Stripes of Grey.
Yeah, 50 Stripes of Grey. I really can't think of anything. I'm disappointed in myself, and I've let everyone down. Give me $5. Which is $2 less than I deserve.
So Yuan San tells him the truth about his father, that he's a tiger and he eats people now, and it's so embarrassing. And then he shares all of his money with Li Cheng's son and wife and like brings them into the city with him and takes care of them.
Why?
And then he continues on and is very successful in his career. And eventually he becomes the vice minister of war.
There's no reason for him to do this unless Li Cheng was something.
End.
No. Is that really the end?
That's the end.
There's no reason for him to do this. Unless they were at one point lovers.
I would posit that they are lovers.
I'm just saying, like, there's no way that they were that good of friends in high school that this guy would, like, take care of his family for the rest of his life. Like a one-time lump sum payment and delivering a message? Sure. But forever. Forever?
So a little bit about were-tigers.
Okay, go ahead.
I could not find a version of this story online, so there is no free text available for this one, unfortunately. I usually try and tell stories that you guys can read too, but...
And this one in particular, I really feel like you're going to want to read the full text.
You can get a copy of Chinese fairy tales and fantasies on like ebooks or eBay for like $3.
Yeah.
And it's a really good collection. I highly recommend it. I've told one story from it before. It's The Lady in Green.
Oh, yeah, the little bug lady.
Yeah, spoilers.
Spoily, bug lady.
Were-tigers. Were-tigers.
Where? Indeed.
This is actually a somewhat common occurrence in Chinese folklore, I found out.
100%.
People who turn into tigers. And I have a link to an article in the show notes for this episode, in my sources. Someone did a quick review of were-tigers throughout the world, and specifically they broke down the were-tigers of China into 4 distinct groups of, like, how they became a were-tiger. So they're, like, people who, like, can intentionally become tigers. They're, like, shamans and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. He is of the type where a person who displays the negative perceived traits of a tiger becomes a tiger. So in the beginning, him being like proud and kind of lazy and violent towards his servant is like the last straw, and it turns him into a tiger.
Chinese folklore very specifically puts a lot of like human traits onto animals.
Yes.
Like the zodiac, the story of the Chinese zodiacs is a story of a race, and each animal that like wins in the race, like their ranking in the race is for a very specific reason, and like a personality trait is attributed to their rankings. Mm-hmm. And it makes a lot of sense to me that tigers, which is a big problem in a lot of places in China and has historically been a big problem, like a dangerous problem, it makes a lot of sense that they would have magical reasons why that have come up along the ways, you know?
Yeah, so a lot of times when people act greedy or violent or proud, the idea is that if they go too far down that path, they become a were-tiger. So they are, against their will, turned into a tiger, and they stay that way until they die.
Yeah.
That's the article that I have linked is really interesting. I tried to do a little bit more research on Chinese were-tigers, and I wasn't able to find any like really solid sources. What I did find is an article on were-tigers from the Were Creature Wiki.
Were Creature Wiki? Wattpad Where? Looks like Wiki did it for us.
Wow. The Were Creature Wiki has an article on were-tigers and talks a little bit about like the different depictions of were-tigers across the world. Unsurprisingly, there are a lot of stories about like people who turn into tigers in China and India and other areas that have a lot of tigers that like occur in nature and are a problem for people. The reason why I mention this though is because the images on this page are the most unhinged fucking thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna need you. There's a picture that goes with the article title, and then I'm gonna need you to scroll to the bottom and look at all the images down there. Okay?
Oh, what? What? Okay, so it's furry. It's a furry. This picture is a white.
There are a lot of furry things on this page.
It's just this is furry fodder, guys. If you're a furry, go look at the Wiki Fandom were-tiger page.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. This is a muscular fucking tiger, and he's in like a crouching, like fighting position, and he's got long hair.
He's got long human hair on top of his tiger head.
It's really weird. Okay.
And then scrolling to the bottom.
I'm trying. Okay. Up, and then this is one that's dressed like Katniss Everdeen with a bow and arrow in the snow. And there's a sexy one posing seductively. And then there are two embracing. This is just furry fucking.
Yeah,
This
it
is
is
just
furry fucking.
This is so sexual.
I was just looking for about how people turn into were-tigers. And now suddenly I'm looking at all these hot, horny tigers.
They are hot and horny.
I have never, like, I expected, especially acknowledging the fact that they are a part of mythology throughout the world, I expected at least a couple of pictures that were, like, illustrations from older texts or something like that. None of them.
Nope, these are all...
They are all...
This tiger has nipples.
Well, tigers have nipples. So.
No, this one has human nipples.
Oh, yeah, he has human nerves.
So this does remind me of when I was learning Chinese in...
Fucking this one takes me out.
She's fucking posing.
It's a white tiger lady, maybe?
Yeah, it says the title of that is female tiger. Female
were-tiger. You're so right. And it's like a white tiger with thick thighs. And she's like on one knee and crouched on like a mountaintop, and like she's got one hand dangled carelessly over her knee, and she's looking over her shoulder
and her leg that is closest to like I guess the camera,
the perspective,
is folded up so you can't see her full vagina.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. I'm not ready. So when I was studying Chinese in college, I had to take a traditional Chinese literature class. So I had to read in traditional Chinese script. And one of my favorite things, that's where I found the, I can't remember the names, somebody saves his mother from hell. I've told you kind of that story. But my favorite story that I read was called Wu Song Fights a Tiger. And it's a pretty straightforward, like, it's about a very, very, like, legendary, strong Chinese man who runs into a tiger in the woods and kills him and basically saves a village from a man-eating tiger. But the best part of this story is not the story itself. The best part of the story is that the only surviving copy of this tale was written by a monk, and the monks were the ones that were like recording all of these like legends and stuff. So it's like, but the best part is that you can see that the story was written down in traditional Chinese script, right? And it has little like illustrations, like illuminated manuscripts, sort of like illustrations. Yeah. But in the margins of this story,
marginalia,
a teenage monk had written notes.
Oh,
this makes me so emotional. A little, like, and you could tell it was like a child was writing notes saying, he's so cool. He's so strong. No. And he was like, literally like underlining, saying he fought that tiger and that tiger was so big, but he's not as big as Wu Song. And you can just see just the human history of a teenage boy reading a story about a very strong man fighting a tiger. And Wu Song itself, he's like a himbo. He's like a strong, stupid man. And this kid was just eating it up in ancient China.
Oh, God.
I know. Doesn't that make you just the most emotional? So in that same vein of like human history, I found a TikTok by a history harpy who said 3,800 years ago, a Babylonian teen wrote an angsty letter to his mom, and it's literally on like a chiseled piece of rock, and it's a long fucking letter chiseled in a rock to his mom, and he's like, everybody else has better clothes than me. You send me out in bad clothes, but everyone else looks better than me. And like, this fucking kid over here, he has great clothes because his mom loves him. And you know what? He's adopted. And his mom still loves him better than you love me. That's like it's so angsty. And he's like, and also, not only does his mom love him better and he's adopted, but also his dad is my dad's assistant and he dresses better than me. You're sending me out in the world with bad clothes. You're a bad mom. I'm like, God, this piece of shit. But also it's the human history of it all, where I was like, teenagers are going to be teenagers no matter what period we are in.
I love, this is very different, but I think it's hilarious, and it also makes me like mildly emotional that all of the like bathhouse graffiti in Pompeii and stuff like that.
It's all just penises.
It's just dicks. It's just people being like, Janish's mom sucks dicks. It's like, what the fuck?
It's so good. Well, it's just the same thing as like here in Savannah, we have a cemetery that at one point was the place, it was occupied by the Union soldiers during the Civil War. Like when General Sherman came to Savannah, he housed his soldiers here in Colonial Park Cemetery. And they were a bunch of young men who were traumatized and also bored. And they had done a lot of graffiti on all of the tombstones. And a lot of the tombstones in that cemetery, you can go around and see where the graffiti was. They had chiseled in extra numbers.
So it would be like, died at the young age of 103.
Yeah, or like one of them was like, Christopher McDonald lived to be 411 years old.
Hilarious.
I'm like, oh, you did it.
Got him.
And now here I am in 2024 still giggling about it.
Yeah.
You done got him.
Comedy is timeless, and that's why I think that we should send a gold record of sort of the story, all of the episodes, into space.
They'll like it. Anyway, give us $7.
All of this will age very well, especially all of the jokes that we make about RFK Jr.'s brainworm.
I think if we send us talking about RFK Jr.'s brainworm, is he a junior? Did I make that up? I think if we send audio of us talking about his brainworm, it will stave off any alien attacks.
They're like, oh God.
Never mind. They already have brainworms? Well, then we don't need to go there. We're brainworms. But if somebody's already there, we're not going to step on their worm tails.
It's the Goa'uld.
The what?
Don't worry about it.
The Goa'uld?
Yeah, from Stargate.
Nope. What the frack? Okay.
Different thing.
Well, Max, that was a great story.
Thank you.
I am so genuinely sorry to anybody who listened to this episode. I feel like we were especially off the rails.
I do want to say, like, to me, this story, the reason why I wanted to tell this story is because it had the exact vibes of encountering someone that you haven't seen since high school.
Yeah.
Of like, oh my God, what's up? You're different now.
Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Yeah, 100%. What would I tell people? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't want to think about it. But the point is, what if you went to your high school reunion and someone came in as a tiger and was like, oh my God, don't even look at me. I've been so bad. I've been eating so many people.
I do wonder what my high school reunion would be like.
Tigers.
It would be all tigers all the time. They'd be hot as shit. They'd have human nipples. As God intended. I do have somebody in my high school. His name is Chance, and I'm shouting him out because I am so fucking proud of him. He was our class president. He was always very, like, just outgoing and funny and, like, kind and very smart and just, like, was the type of kid that, like, just had his shit together. And he left high school, and that was it. And I went to school in Missouri in a military school. Not military school. I went to school in a military community and in Missouri. And after we graduated, like a couple years went by, and then he started posting on Facebook about how he was a dancer now, how he had gone to like, I forget which one. He went, maybe Alvin Ailey, like a very prestigious dance school, which I was like, whoa, which in a military community in Missouri, you just don't do, you know? As a boy, like that's not something that people do. And he never talked about dancing that I knew of. And he started posting pictures of him like on a beach, just super fucking ripped and looking great and like traveling the world dancing. And I was like, whoa, good for him. And then all of a sudden, all of his posts were about like him and his boyfriend. And I was like, oh my God, good for him. And now he's on Broadway in Cursed Child on Broadway and has been for years. And like genuinely everything he posts, I'm like, oh my God, if you knew that I was your biggest cheerleader, everything you see, I'm like, you fucking did it. That's the person that I hope gets to go to a high school reunion. I genuinely hope.
Yeah.
That if anybody got to go. And he had a great time in high school, from what I know. He was very popular, but just like, I don't think a lot of people knew who he was until after he became an adult.
Yeah. I mean,
it's great.
Who is anybody until they're somebody? Am I right?
Who is anybody until they're somebody? Many people wouldn't guess that I'm depressed. I'm a 24. Anyway. Guys.
You know what?
Go get
out of here, you scamps.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you're like, I loved the tangents, actually, join us on the Patreon. For $3 a month, you can talk to us, and for $7 a month, you can listen to more of us. How about that?
Don't you want that?
Don't you want to do those
Even
things?
more of this?
Go check out the Patreon. Genuinely, it's very fun. We're about to go on a break. We're going to be taking all of June off, so we're not going to be releasing any regular episodes for 4 whole weeks.
Yes.
But we will still be releasing our monthly bonus episode. So if you want to listen to us, even though we are on a much needed break, go join our Patreon.
Yeah.
It would make us happy. And you can talk to us on Discord. We will still be active on there. We can't help it. We love the Discord so much.
Yes, of course. $7. You can listen to the June bonus episode and also the backlog of bonus episodes, which there are quite a few of them now. So pretty exciting. And you'll also be a part of you'll be able to see future bonus episodes as long as you stay a patron of our Patreon.
That's true.
So true.
God, so true.
It's embarrassing.
It's like embarrassing, but we have a Patreon. Go join it.
It is kind of embarrassing.
Join us on Instagram. Go check out our Instagram for pictures from these stories, for pictures of sexy were-tigers. That's going to be a fun post. I wonder what the algorithm's going to do to us. Anyway, find out. And join us on TikTok if you want to tag us in videos. That's basically all the TikTok is good for, but it is good. I've been enjoying it.
Also, you can send us an email, sortofthestory@gmail.com.
And people have been sending very nice emails. You can text us now just by going to the show notes and hitting the button that says, send us a text. Send us
a text.
What should we ask for? Can we ask for something? Send us, if you could go to your high school reunion as any animal.
What animal would it be?
And please rate and review this podcast. Give us 5 stars. We still haven't reached the 100 mark. That's fine. I'm fine. But I am very depressed. So if you would quickly go and give us 5 stars, you could make a Janey very happy today. Anything else that you can think of?
Oh, I can think of lots of stuff, but none of it's pertinent.
Okay. We love you guys. And we'll see you very soon. Soon. We will see you soon. Next week is our last episode before the break, so come back for that.
Or don't.
Or don't. We're not your...
You know what? We actually don't need your fucking opinions. Keep it to yourself.
I think the last thing that both of us would really like to express, and we haven't talked about giving this message yet, but I think that it's important. Worm Kennedy for 2024.
Listen, if you're a real American, you, like me, are voting Worm/Kennedy 2024.
Okay, goodbye, guys. Say bye.
Bye!
Remember who loves you most when the end times come.
Oh, because I don't want to say goodbye because I love them so much?
You know what? her mouth is saying one thing, but the look on her face is saying, I like you more.
And the worm in my brain is saying a third thing, which I don't want to talk about.
The worm in her brain is telling her to do some pretty weird things. Okay, goodbye.
Bye. I saw the news of the RFK brainworm and I immediately sent it to Eli. And I told him, Eli, I'm about to become a lizard person conspiracy theorist about the brainworms in Washington.
The fact that one of the U.S. presidential candidates has a worm in his brain that has done catastrophic damage, and he's still viable because of how bad everybody else also is. They're all, and he's the youngest candidate. He's 70.
They're all just pawns. They're all just pawns for big worm.
I saw a TikTok today that somebody was like, "Oh, no, he's not running for president." And they're like, "What? RFK?" And he's like, "Yeah, no, he's just the host." They're like, "The host for what?" They're like, "The worm."
He's the president. The worm is the president,
worm.
and RFK Jr. is the vice president.
Oh my gosh. Worm Kennedy 2024. I might vote for Worm Kennedy. Or the bit.
Like,
I mean, I feel like Worm Kennedy can't do any worse than anyone else. We are currently funding a genocide. Worm Kennedy, what are you going to do? Bury us?
honestly,
might be nice.
Like, I've been tired for so many years of the giant meteor 2016 or whatever.
Yeah.
But also, at a certain point, it's kind of like, maybe.
Should I make a bunch of Worm Kennedy campaigns?
Yes. Worm Kennedy 2024.
Worm Kennedy 2024.